Welcome back. It's Grant Cameron, and I want to welcome you wherever it's morning, noon, evening, wherever you are. I'm talking to Sage Zoe today again from England, and Zoe has been in contact since 2017 with what are called the beings, and I was contacted that they wish to talk to me. There's a message, I guess, that they want out through Zoe, and I'm very, very honored to be asked, and very excited to find out what we're going to find out today, because I've followed this story for a while now, maybe a year and a half, and I've always been very interested in the material that the beings have presented. It always seems very clear to me that it's very similar to what I understand is going on. So I'm excited to ask some questions and find out what's going on. So Sage, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm very good, thank you. Very, very well.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Are you doing a few interviews on this? Are you getting the message out, or what is your intention in this whole thing? You're part of the message to share, right?
Yeah, so how it's going at the moment is I'm really being directed by the beings, to be honest. So the beings are opening up the door to share the message for them, and it's being guided by them. So it's like I'm working for them at the moment. So it's like a job. So because it's like a job, I can't let my ego get in to say, oh, I'm going to start running before they say start walking. So at the moment, there's a reason why it's you.
Okay.
And it's more than just coming on to share a message.
Okay.
So I think from there it will open up, and it will open up. I do have my own lives at the moment with the beings. So I've done 2 lives where they've gone into the Vortex live. So they're doing it that way as well. And different people are coming on, like new people that I don't even know. They're connecting with the beings. So they're really leading it, to be honest.
Okay. So I'll ask them about the Vortex, but can you explain to me what this process is about, or what we're about to do here?
Yeah, so I naturally can speak to them naturally. They're here now, right in front of me, and they can give a message and I can just speak through. The thing with that is that my vision, my consciousness of connecting with them is through vibrations, colors, symbols, shapes, sounds. Okay. Then it goes into words. So there's a process in my conscious mind to connect with them. Now, for one, that can take a bit of a time sometimes. That's 1. 2, my ego can get in the way. And what I say by that, they can be very harsh sometimes, straight to the point. Yeah. Now, when I'm doing it this way, if like we done it the other day, yeah, my ego could say, oh, do I really want to say that? Okay, that's a bit deep. Are they ready for that? And my ego can get in that way. So they introduced, when I went through the teachings, with the Vortex. Now the Vortex, when I go into it, I'm not here. Okay. So it is a form of death, because I can't hear. I don't remember I've got children. I don't remember I'm married. I don't remember I'm here. I don't remember I'm doing the interview with you. It's the nothingness, and they come straight through. That way they're able to say what they want to say. There's, it's out of love, but if other humans take it a certain way, there's nothing, it's just a frequency we're talking about, but they're free to do what they want to do. They've brought that on to myself. I haven't asked for this. I've never done a Vortex thing before. They've even given the name of what the Vortex is. So a Vortex, what they explain, is going into their frequency and their energy field. Going into their frequency and their energy field. They're not, we come into each other, but I'm not going into their energy field. And I'll give you an example of a lot of people. It happened to me when I was younger, when they take you. So you could be sleeping and then they take you to their dimension, or their corner, their energy field, for whatever reason. It could be for anything, but they will take you. So that's a little bit what it's like, but it's more of the energy aspect of it is like a swell. So it's like it goes round and it goes round, and within that energy field of going round, that's where all the information comes in. So it's really, really quite awkward to explain, you know. So that's the best way that I can explain it to you. So that's going to happen tonight. When I'm going into the vortex again, if anything happens, like if my internet goes down or anything, I wouldn't know until I come out of it. The thing with tonight is that they're talking to humans, but they're talking to you. Yeah, they're talking to you. So you would know if you want to ask questions, you would know when to come in, you know, you would feel the energy and you would just go with the flow. I'm not going to be here to help you or anything like that. I can't tell you if they're talking their language, and do you know what I mean, and stuff like that. I wouldn't be able to tell you what that means. If they do that, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to be speaking about. I mean, I really don't know.
It's exciting.
And another thing is, the last show that we had, they told me three things to give to you, and they want to give it to you before the vortex. Okay. And two of the things they shared it with me straight after the show that we had.
Okay.
Straight after the show, and the third one came days later. So the first one is, are you okay to do it through the recording? It's nothing, it's good stuff. Yeah. The first thing is, they said to me straight after the show, there was an encounter in the 1950s. Now, in the 1950s, entities came down.
Okay.
And with these entities that came down in the 1950s, there was writing and there was notes that these people were doing of the sightings of what they saw. And they just showed me a massive table with all these beings on there. And these beings look like they're quite high up in this so-called human life. And they said to me, Grant has a connection with that. Now, when they said that, they said, tell Grant to be open, because when we say connection, doesn't mean he was there. It doesn't mean he was part of it, that he remembers. A connection could be someone's told him a story. A connection could be that he's read a book. A connection can be that do you know what I mean? So it's an open connection. That was one. The second one is, in 1976, Sage, which is myself, was born. She was 2. This is when we started to take her, and we would take her to different planets, different spaces, different dimensions. Now, in 1972, you was somewhere. This is to do with you. There's a connection with you and me when I was 2, when I was taken. So there was a link there energy-wise with us. There was a loop around that time. That's all they're saying. You would know, and if you don't know, it will come to you. Again, open your mind. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's the second one. I don't know this. I don't know what they mean. I wasn't born in the 1950s. I don't know what's going on with that. The third one was, I've got them here actually. I'm a book person. Yeah, so I've written books. I've written children's books. I've written adult books. I like writing. I do drawing as well. I do my own illustrations for some of my children's books. So I'm into books. When the beings and that came, this would have been a great story to do. I would have been able to do it. I write books. Yeah, I like writing. For some reason, it just wasn't for me. it just didn't come up. When I asked, you know, should I start writing? I've got so much materials. They were like, no, it's not time. It's not time. No, it's not time. You came along. And the third thing was, we want Grant to write this book. This book is not just going to be about the beings, because they're one. This book is going to be about other entities also, and other experiences through other people. But they want you to do it. And even I feel funny saying that. I don't know you. And yeah, for some reason, it wasn't meant to be me. And they want you to do it. And those are the 3 important things that I've been waiting to share with you. And it wasn't through an email, because we take different frequencies and messages differently through emails. I had to wait patiently and give you those messages. I do not know what they mean, and it's not for me to know, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Sounds
that
exciting.
had to be said. That had to be said before the vortex.
Okay. Okay.
And
And
that's it.
how long do we go for? Do they have a sort of a regular time that they do, or when I run out of questions, or will they shut it down when they want to shut it down?
Yeah, they know already. Like, this has been done already, they've said. So we've gone through all this already. They know the outcome of this. So they know when to shut it down.
Okay.
It will be within the time.
Yeah.
It won't go over. And yeah, they would know. It's just a frequency thing. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about that.
Okay. Okay. Good. I'm ready.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna give thanks to them and speak in their language. And I'll wait for them to be ready. I feel them already, so I know that they're ready. So I'm getting ready, and we'll just take it from there. When they're finished, they always finish ending with their language. Through the what's it called, the vortex as well. They might talk in their language as well. Another thing that I haven't told you is that because I'm in the nothingness, there's a lot that I don't remember. I mean, there's only bits that I might be able to remember, but there's a lot that I don't. So even when I'm going in the vortex, because I have to record myself, because I'm just not here. So that's the only other thing. So I'm just going to give thanks to them. Lo ai akatuka ai ute owu tuka buka ui mo. They're ready. I'm going to start to go in. Lo ai, lo ai, lo ai. Hey, buddy.
Good evening.
We are here to connect with humans and to really have a chat with you, Grant. There's many things that we can share. But first we wanna wet the vortex. the elements that was brought into the earth is the elements that connects to the oneness. We needed to wet the vortex because we'd be talking about the elements in a different way with you, Grant. Wetting the vortex allows the water to flow and energy to flow. So when we speak tonight, Grant, a lot of it is about the oneness of energy. Humans have the elements in their body, the makeup of who they are. It allows access to our entities that come through. Humans called it, there's many names, E.T., Greys, Shackle, beings. If we put the names to the side, because we want to talk about the energy form of how we come into humans. We don't do time. But for you, we will speak about time. For thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Part of the contract is for us to come into humans. When a human sees a sighting of, you humans call it spaceship, sightings of something of an object that's flying in the air. It's just coming through another dimension. It's not flying up from anywhere. It's not flying down from anywhere. It walks through. The same way we walk through humans. There are some humans that our entities live in their body the whole of their human life. Some of our entities live in humans' body when we try and connect. Humans get scared. Fear energy comes in to the energy. We are here for humans to remember, not for humans to be fearful, not for humans to try to investigate what they already know. We will repeat that, to investigate what they already know. And would you believe if we say to you, our entity of who we are, the beings, whatever the ETs, aliens, whatever name you want to call our energy, we are you. You are us. Our contract was for this. Every single energy form, every single energy form on this earthly realm is connected to all of us. No separation. We've come here tonight, Grant, to really break down what this illusion is about. And there's so much. We can't get through everything in this moment. But we can unpack some things. And we would like you to put down your ego. Just open your heart. And we will have a great chat. We want to call you Buddy. You don't know. Buddy has a connection to your lineage. At any time, you can ask questions. Be open to the answers. Start at any time.
Thank you for the invitation to speak. What is the main message, or what is the main question that I should be asking? What is the main thing that we should be discussing?
We like that. Because that wasn't a question. That wasn't asking. Everything that we can talk about, you already know. So it's for others, other humans. This conversation really is for. And that's why we've met already many times. And what we will say, you would already know. We come in different forms, different shapes, different sightings, for the reason that this was part of the contract.
Do I have a contract with the beings?
Yes.
Can you explain my relationship and what my role is, and how am I to remember what is important to share with others?
With regards to remembering, Remembering is a word for humans to sight their consciousness. By sighting their consciousness, they're able to see, feel, hear, and use the rest of their senses to remember. Humans use part of their senses, and that's why it's harder for humans to remember than any other creatures, animals, any other thing on this earthly realm. Humans choose to be comfortable with certain senses that they use. They're not opening up their superpower within. So with you, Grant, it's not about remembering. It's about opening up other parts of your senses. And when you open part of the other part of your senses, you will start to see more clearly. Humans call it the third eye. We, energy, will call it the first eye. It's the first eye before anything else. We'll give you an example. If you feel a pain in your body, your first eye connects you to the pain first before anyone else. You connect to the pain, then you go and do something about it. Then you use the other senses to be able to do that. Your first senses, humans, need to be activated much more, much more. We will continue to come through humans. We will continue to talk to humans. We will continue to show ourselves through sightings for humans to see us and then figure out what they saw until you humans are ready to open up further.
Are there processes that you recommend for opening the first eye?
Yes. Connect to the nothingness of who you are. Be in the nothingness of who you are. Don't think, don't see, don't smell, don't talk, don't hear. Be in the nothingness of who you are. And your first eye will show you things that are blocked, things that you're not seeing. And humans may ask, how do we do that? Our conscious mind is constantly active. How do we do that? Humans have a way of using meditation. But even if you don't connect with meditation, you can do it through sleep. You can do it through walking. You can do it through connecting with non-verbals. We say this often, connecting with humans that are non-verbal and cannot speak That's where the superpower lies. If you know anyone who is nonverbal, can't speak, they will connect with you and show you how to open up your first eye, just by the silence, just by no words. No words are being said. So they train you to open up your other senses. We say this often, animals and creatures are another way to open up your senses, because they use a high level of vibrations, high level of vibration to function in this earthly realm. That is their superpower. And humans used to have the high level of vibration where they didn't need to speak, they didn't need to communicate. So their conscious mind was operated differently. We were able to connect more easier than what we do now. We will continue to explore this dimension, and that's what it is, exploring. We understand we are the oneness of this illusion. We understand it's not real. We understand that energy is real. The story is not real. Energy is the oneness of eternity. And if you want to use those words real, it's that is real.
Can you explain my relationship to you and to the one? Are we all sparks of the oneness? Are we, as I understand it, you have not incarnated, but I have incarnated. What is our relationship in terms of the one?
The relationship, if you want to call it that, in terms of the oneness, is a section, a fragment of the oneness. So we are talking right now, we are connecting right now, we are the oneness right now. But we are not just talking to you, we are talking to many other people right now. We are talking to many other humans right now. There's no timings to this. So that's where the oneness comes in. So we'll give you another example. Sages 2, 1976. We take her often to go and travel. We do work with her. We teach her. We do this with young children and babies because it's easier. We've done this for many years. And babies and young children, it's easier because they're not fearful. They're older, their energy grows, and they grow. Fear factor kicks in, and it becomes more challenging to come through humans. So the connection with you, Grant, is the oneness has always been here. The oneness has always been here. You're searching for something that you don't need to. When you relax more and accept who you are with why you're here on this earth, with regards to us, things will open up much more smoothly because we are the one. All other humans that will listen to this, which is part of their contract to connect with us. There are some humans that their contract is to connect with other aspects of the elements and the earthly realm. And we can go in and out of them very smoothly because they don't see us, they can't feel us. And we can go into them and out of them. And sometimes we have to heal them. And when we say the word healing, we don't mean cure, we mean blessings. Humans use the word healing, but they're using it in the wrong form. They call you healing to cure. They call healing to prevent sickness or ill health. You can't heal something that is never sick. You can't heal something that is not to cure. So when we come into a human to give them blessings, is to open up their contract. And opening up their contract might be to transform the cancer cells. It might be to transform the white cells of what humans call HIV. It might be to transform the energy of them being male to female. Yes, we also work with that. There's children that was meant to be males and their energy is more female, and we come and help them to transform into the other in this human earthly world, because that was part of the contract. Us aliens, that you call us aliens, we come here for so much more. We do so much that humans don't even know about. We connect with humans. Why? Because we are part of humans. Humans like to say we are visitors. We always say it's humans that are visitors. You are in a human form experiencing a story. This is all an illusion. This is all an illusion.
You helped Sage starting in 1976. Do you help everybody? And why was, people might ask, why just Sage was picked to be helped? And the second question related to that is, are all what we would call aliens, people interacting with us today, the same energy, the same thing? Are they all, do they all have the same intentions?
All humans will have their own individual contract that links to the oneness. So a human's contract could be to be blinded with regards to our entity. With regards to you, Grant, and your energy connections with other humans that are fascinated with us and want to know more. There's a collective of energies of you humans that want to know more. And by knowing more, you're able to unpack part of your contract. Your contract would never just be the identity of aliens. It's an opening to other forms of your contract. We are not here to trouble the earthly realm. We are not here to save the earthly realm. We do not need to. Energy is the oneness of everything. The world could never end. We are here as part of the experience of the contracts of this earthly realm. It's a game. Humans know that word. They know what that word means. It's a game. We chose to come down. Humans chose to come here. Humans chose to come through here. Humans chose to come up here to unfold this game. I know a lot of humans want to know more, and they're fascinated when they see us aliens, if you want to call us that, the entities and the different forms. In the future, there's going to be another entity coming that looks like vegetables. They're going to look like vegetables, but quiet. Humans can be quite fearful quite easily. So some humans are going to think we're quite scary because we're looking like giant vegetables. Again, it's just the concept of this illusion of being able to experience our contract. And being here on this earthly realm is not really being here, because we're not really here. You're not really here, Grant. We're not really here. Sage is not really here in this vortex. It's a dream in a dream in a dream in a dream, which becomes the delusion of nothingness. And when humans start to understand that, then they can get to enjoy this illusion. They can have fun with this illusion. They can have fun to unpack their contract while they're here. This is the reason why humans and all the other creatures that have a life force of energy has to transition on. The energy has to change form, because this is just a fairy tale. It's a story. And if you want to call that word realness, it's when we transition on. That's the realness.
Where do we transition on to? What is the ultimate aim of the illusion, the game, or whatever we want to call it? What is the ultimate end, or is there an ultimate end?
There's no end. There's no end. Continue, continue, continue. Continue on to energy, different energy forms. Continue on to different energy forms. We give you an example. You have a tree. We like to give this one. With a tree, humans made paper. Now, if you look at the transitioning of the tree to the paper, what it had to do to get to a paper. Some humans would say you're killing the tree to make paper. We would say it's a transition. Energy form has changed to make that paper. This is what life is like. It's just a transition. Energy form changes constantly, constantly, constantly. Energy is the one thing that changes into something else. But humans call it death.
Describe the importance of death in the whole story.
Love of death is the oneness of birth. There's no separation. So humans call it death because they see an ending. They see an ending of a body form. However, they're transitioning on to other forms. Again, we like to share this story of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are claimed to be extinct by humans. Nothing can be extinct, they're changing form. In many years to come, humans will be extinct also, but not in the way as humans think. Humans will change energy form. Humans will not be how they look now. And you're starting to see it, humans. You're starting to see some humans are wanting to change their body. They're wanting to change their face. They're wanting to change certain things. Humans, you can see scientists are working with DNAs. They're trying to change concepts of humans. And in the future, in years to come, humans will be no longer, but it won't be an extinct. It will be, they will just change energy form. This is where life never ends. It just changes energy form. You hear that word God, or the Big Bang, or the universe, or the creator, or the oneness of all things. Humans use so many different names for so many different things and attach their self to the names or the things. If we put those names down, all you have is pure energy of the oneness. That oneness wants to create a story. That God, that creator, that universe wants to create a story for itself. So it creates us. It creates creatures. It creates vessels. It creates trees and plants and earth and sun and moon, all the energies, all different forms. And it wants to see itself in different ways. We are the energy of all things, and we will continue to be the energy of all things. Lo'ai, lo'ai, lo'ai. I'm back.
Beautiful. Thank you. I had a few more questions, so we'll have to do it again some other time.
Okay.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Wow. Wow. I don't remember a lot of stuff.
They didn't bring up the 1950. They just brought up the 1976 thing. They didn't bring up the book. It was sort of like, I guess, an introductory discussion of interest.
Wow.
The question I was going to ask him, you can probably know the answer. Have the beings always been, like they're talking about things changing from one to another? have they always been the same? Is their role always being the same? Will it always be the same? Are they doing the same thing, or did they used to be some other energy form and now they're this and they're going to go on to something else, or are they always going to be doing what they're doing right now?
Yeah, definitely change, 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 change. So the different parts of, we see this earthly realm as yearly, you know, they would go through years and we go through years. The energy force don't see it in that way. But if we're looking at it in our earthly realm, our physical body of how we see things, it's changeable constantly all the time. So our life is always changing constantly all the time. And the energy force of when they come into a conscious entity, that's what I would call it, because it's different, conscious entities, it's changeable all the time. So they're in that conscious entity for the moment, and then it will change, and then it will change. I've asked them why they're still here since 2017, because a lot of entities, they come and they go, and they might just give you a message and they go again. And then humans are really capturing the past of what has happened. And that's what you get a lot. You get a lot of the past of what has happened. And they've said in this instance, we had a contract of stuff to do. So I was meant to meet you. The book will be coming out. Even if you think it's not for you or you're not connecting, I'll leave that with you and them. That's nothing to do with me. I know that there's things that still needs to be done. So what happens is that you get some humans that are so scared when they show themselves, even if they show themselves just by the flying saucer, and they haven't even had time to get to the next level yet. And it's like, oh my gosh, what did I see? I saw, oh, what does this mean? And that energy blinds us to get to the next lesson, the next part. And for me, again, remember, they gave me this energy form as the sage to calm me, to be able to work with me. You know, the teachings that I've had, one day when we speak, I can break down the teachings. It's been literally a lot of teachings. I have a company. I have my own company. I work for myself. I've left, closed down the company to do this. I've actually closed down my company to do this because it feels right. I believe they're here. I believe with what they say. Since 2017, it feels right. My life has changed. They've given me teachings of talking to animals and stuff that I would never have experienced before, and got messages from them. So they're showing me things that I believe them. And that it's crazy because they've said, they got me to a stage where I don't want for anything. Yeah, so they got me to that stage. So I don't even need to think, oh, but I've got bills to pay. I've got kids that I need to look after. Oh, I've got a family. They sorted that all out so I can be free to be how we can be together to continue this. There's still work that needs to be done, but in a different way now. So it's like we're growing differently, and the messages that they're here to give out is, it's like we need to start being. We need to start being. There's a difference of getting a message and we speak it out and we write books and everything and we do documentaries and we're talking of this thing. And there's a difference of being it. They want us to get to the stage of where the fairness can go so we can be it. And it's our fear that keeps us from continuing on with whatever else they need to show us. So they have to come back again. And then they come back again, and they come back in different people when they come back until they get the ones that's, wow, okay, she gets it, he gets it, they get it, and they understand their path, they understand why they're here, we can work with these.
I understand
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. And I've had, as I mentioned before, I've had communications from other intelligences or whatever you want to call them that have turned into books. So I'm not surprised that they usually want somebody to take the message, to put the message out. Otherwise, what's the point? I mean, if just you and I know what's going on, it doesn't really
Yeah.
help anything.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because after tonight now, I can actually go. They've told me now I can go and investigate you. They've stopped me from, I'm a person, I'll get someone's book straight away. I will go read up about them. That's my energy. But because this is their thing,
Yeah.
I'm listening to them, they're guiding me. And it was like, nope, just stay. We need to give Grant this message first. After that, so now from tonight, I can freely just go and buy your books, or just go in and explore now freely, because it's steps by steps. So that's interesting as well. So I can get to read. I love reading those sort of books, and I can get to read your ones now. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay, I'll work on it. I'll just sort of write some stuff down and sort of spell it out. And if we have another session, then I can go to the next level. They'll probably have something they want to do next. So let's just see what they say and where we go from here.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you
Yeah.
for your time. Thank you for your time, and thank you for just receiving the message. What you take from it, only you would know, but thank you for receiving it. It's a gift,
Yeah.
definitely.
And we've got it recorded, so we'll put it out, and it may activate some other people as well that
Yeah.
hear it.
Well, we had I done a live yesterday, just quickly, and there was somebody on there that contacted me this morning and said the beings came to see them last night after the live.
Wow.
And that was beautiful. And she was able to share what she saw, what was said, and everything. And she's just so excited. And I'm like, there you go. There's more that's going to come. And, so
Beautiful.
they do this for that reason as well. Because it's not about just me. It's not just about Annette. It's not just about you. It's for everyone. That is the oneness. So it's just bringing it out.
Beautiful. Thank you for contacting me, and we'll
Yeah,
be in
thank
touch.
you. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a lovely evening or a day.
Yes.
All right,
Beautiful.
take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.